Call the meeting order. Everyone please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Burgess.
Here.
Gordon.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Hoskin.
Here.
Washington.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
All right, move 10 minutes. Yes, sir. All right, move to item number 2, public comment. All questions and comments will be directed to the mayor. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to speak on a topic on the agenda only. The speaker will have an opportunity to speak. We're going to let the board know which topic they're talking about tonight. Questions or comments? Seeing no one going to the mic, we will move on to reports of officers. We'll move to the mayor's report. I have a lengthy report tonight, but I'll tell you what, we're going to start with someone you should know. And this is from I apologize. Tonight we have, through the beautification committee, somebody you should know. We've got 3, I don't want to say individuals, but we have 3 businesses that we would like to recognize tonight. First one we'd like to recognize is Smith's Farm. Smith's Farm is located on Sauk Trail. It's located at 3437 East Sauk Trail. If you go past the curves, you see them on the left-hand side right before you go to Dyer. We want to recognize them because of these 3 businesses that we're going to talk about tonight. They all are involved with Adopt a Site in our village. They provide flowers and manpower and support to help beautify our village. Smith's Farm has been doing this now for 3 years. They do the signs at 394 and Sauk Trail, both at the east and west entrances of our town. And as you come in to the village hall, you can see some of the plants and the flowers and stuff that they have at our entrances. So I'd like to ask Representative Smith's Farm. A certificate of appreciation and grateful recognition of your continuing service and support to the Beautification Committee of Sauk Village and the Adopt a Site program, we hereby present Smith's Farm with a certificate of appreciation. Myself and Trustee.
Can I just say one thing? Thank you very much. I'm very honored by this. I just want to say thank you very much. I'm very much honored by this. I'm doing something I love. I just love growing flowers. But I would also like to acknowledge the volunteers who actually have come and asked me. Thank you for your work. Thank you for all you do to make our village a better place. But also, thank you for asking. Because you honor me by asking for my help. And I'm glad to give it. Everybody doing one little thing makes a big difference for a great community. Thank you.
Carl went back, I told him, I said, Jeff asked me if I knew him. And I told him, I said, I used to play basketball with him when we were growing up at the community center back here. So we go way back. We were saying, it's just a few years ago and a lot less children ago. So, but we appreciate Six Farm. They've been very active in our community. Even though they're just outside of our border, they're just like another one of our businesses. So thank you very much. The other two businesses that we want to recognize tonight, and I don't know if they're here, it looks like they may not be, is Bertram's Farm and Greenhouse, located at 2785 East Lincoln Highway. They're just out of Linwood. They also are a third year running the Helping the Beautification Campaign by planting flowers, and they take care of the sign at Route 30 and Torrance Avenue. Is there anyone here from both of us? All right, and the third business, this is their first year participating in the Adopt a Site. This is Do It Best Hardware. It's right here in Sauk Village at 1701 Sauk Trail. I don't know if there's anyone here from Do It Best, but Do It Best has been around for a long time. A lot of the same employees worked there before it was Ace Hardware. So I'd like to say thank you to all three of these businesses for all that they do to help beautify our community. And again, it takes volunteers to help keep our community going. And they are out there volunteering, they're out there giving when it comes to the flowers and when it comes to things that you see when you're going in your community, when you're walking in the doors. You can think about those three businesses, and I encourage you to support these businesses. They're supporting us. I would ask you that you will support them also. So, all righty. I'm about ready to take this mic off, to be honest with you. The next thing we have here is a bid opening for 2014 MFT roadway reconstruction project. Looks like we have three bids tonight. First one is Airquois Paving Corporation, based out of 1889 East Highway 24, out of Waukesha. She's just to the south, right? I said that's a truck driver if I didn't know the name of the town, right? Yeah. All right. No, they don't. A lot of pages of numbers. No, I think it's going to take an engineer to come up here and show us real quick. I have page after page of totals. They provided all their certificates, it looks like, for all that's in the front. I schedule our price. I schedule the prices when I get back to here. I got totals. If you would. Right. So he's going to look at it right there real quick, and we're going to go to the next bit. If the engineer can't figure it out, we're in trouble. If the engineer can't figure it out, we'll pass over to the attorney. Got it? Okay. Thank you very much. All right, the proposal is $341,031.58. I'll say it again, $341,031.58. All right, that's Airquest. Next one is deconstruction, general contractor, it's 1488 South Broadway, Coast City, Illinois. This one here is for $330,468.18. $330,468.18. And the last one is Gallagher Asphalt. Based out of 18100 South Indiana Avenue, Thornton, Illinois. This is Gallagher. This one is for $329,412.53. $329,412.53. Pass these over to the village attorney. I'm sorry, village engineer.
Mr. Mayor, y'all have mine, right?
The first one had all kinds of stuff with it. And the engineers, when they provide something, I'll tell us. Yeah. I got affidavits and. All right. Now for the mayor's report. A few things I want to talk about. First, about the power outage. I just want to read a statement we have here. Last Monday, June 30th, Sauk Village and the surrounding communities found ourselves in the path of a storm that left the south suburbs in the dark and looking like a disaster zone with fallen trees and garbage widespread. Hours before the storm hit, Sauk Village Department had started putting an action plan in place. However, by the end of the storm, it was worse than expected. More than 3/4 of the village was left in the dark, including all of our municipal buildings, except for one. But this did not stop or slow down our Sauk Village employees. Chief Olivas made sure we had additional officers on the street, while Fire Chief Stoffregan staffed the fire department and opened the doors of the cooling center and a place for elderly if needed. Kevin Willer had Public Works out clearing fallen trees, branches, and garbage so our streets were passable, while Art Johnson had Homeland Security, formerly known as ESDA, on high alert. On Tuesday morning after the storm passed, residents woke up to no power and a lot of debris. By Tuesday night, the sounds of generators could be heard sporadically throughout the village. Residents could be seen outside their homes. By Wednesday, the sounds of generators were even more apparent. ComEd crews could be seen throughout the village. The smell of food cooking on grills, and families and friends and neighbors were seen talking and helping each other. The majority of the village had power restored by Thursday, and the remaining few areas into Friday. This week, we are back to normal. However, don't forget those few friends that you may have found during those hours of darkness. Those are your neighbors. One thing I've noticed over the years, Sauk Village residents can always be counted on in a time of need. As I drove through the town talking to residents, I found that through the aftermath and the lack of modern conveniences, residents made the best of a worse situation. In closing, I'd like to send out a special thank you to our Sauk Village employees for all the extra hours you spent away from your families, just to ensure that Sauk Village and its residents remain safe. That's what I want to say about the power outage. A couple other things I want to talk about is the newsletter. I have it up here flashing before the board meeting. Newsletter right now currently can be found on the mayor's Facebook page, can be found on the mayor's website, and it can be found on the mayor's new app. Right now, we just ran a new app. It's for Android users only. We're working on getting the Apple app, which should be coming out shortly. If you go to Google, and you go to, I think it's Google something store, Play Store, Google Play Store, and all you gotta do is type in Mayor David A. Hanks. You'll come up to additional apps, and you'll see as of yesterday, we were number 6 on the list. Just look for under my picture. That's the app. All you have to do is install it. We're trying to make the app where it's usable for it's a one place only. You have to go to, it will take you to the village website. You can pay your water bill through the app. You can go to the mayor's website. You can email me. You can call the village hall. You can get to me. You can see some of the things we're putting out on the mayor's Facebook page. We just want to make sure it's accessible. It also has a newsletter out there. So we're looking at putting more things on this app. We want people to go out there and use it. And what we'll end up doing, it will take you to our village places and let you know what's going on. So again, like I said, the village websites, your village. Again, a lot of things that's important. People are looking to pay their water bill. We live in a busy society. You go right to this app, you can pay your water bill right from that app. So just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. This last Saturday, we had the parade, memorial service, and fireworks, and the trustees are probably going to talk about it. But there is some thank yous I need to send out as the mayor. First of all, I'd like to thank Trustee Morton Myers Hoskin for accepting the challenge for a second year in a row. It was a great day of events. Thank you very much, trustees. So second, I'd like to thank Senator Trotter, Representative Evans, and Representative Sims staff for participating in the parade and the memorial service that we had afterwards right here by the Veterans Memorial. Thank you to Sauk Village employees, police, fire department, homeland security, ESDA, for taking pride in your community and being involved. Thank you to all the outside departments from surrounding communities that you participated or worked in last Saturday's parade and events. Thank you to all volunteers, the people that work behind the scenes. It took a lot of people to make sure that all those events that we had here last Saturday ran as smoothly as they did. I'd like to thank all who participated in this year's parade and events, especially the ones behind the village hall. And lastly, I'd like to thank all who willingly gave donations so Sauk Village can celebrate our independence with a great fireworks display. So thank you very much. Last night I passed out to the trustees. We had a special meeting about the year appraisal, so I'd like to make sure the trustees continue to follow up on reading that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. On July 15th, just remind everyone we've got budget hearings here at the Village Hall at 6 o'clock to go over this year's budget. And also received word from the South Cook County Mosquito Abatement District. They have before them to donate one of their older trucks to Sauk Village for the cost of $1. So just want to make sure the board is aware of that. And Advance Auto, you're right about it. So we got some great news about Advance Auto, and I'll leave that one for Sherry. With all that said, it's enough. Move to Village Clerk.
No report.
Move to Village Attorney, Attorney Michael Graff.
Thank you for your report.
Move to Village Engineer, Mr. Jim Zarnik.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, assuming that the math checks out, the low bid by Gallagher Asphalt is well under our estimate by about $40,000, so that's great news. So the bids came in very well for that project, and we hope to get that started soon. And then also, I'd like to get an update on the treatment plant construction at treatment plant 1, wells 1 and 2. They are now working on the backwash tank, forming that up. And then at treatment plant 2, which is well 3, got a lot of great things going on there. The iron filter building and the well house roofs have both been replaced. And we've got a lot of equipment on site now. The iron filter vessels, the standby generator, and the air stripper building are all delivered to the site. So this week, the mechanical contractor is going to be working on the piping to get those piped up. And the goal is to have well 3 back in operation by the end of the month. So we're going to work with the IEPA, make sure that we get that up and running without a hitch, make sure they're happy with what we're doing. but I think that's really good news, and the contractor is certainly on schedule for the project. So that's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I was in contact with ComEd today. There's a little bit of additional work they have to do. They're going to be changing a transformer over there because of the additional power, I guess. So they're supposed to get an update on when they can have it done. So I'm trying to make sure they're from Kevin. But if you guys don't hear anything from them like the next day or so, remind me and I'll give them a call back. But we were there. We did have a meeting at IEPA. Was that last weekend? The 30th? Monday. So we met with IEPA when they came down from Springfield, and then met with them. They had a good meeting. They were interested about what was going on. So thank you very much. Go to reports, trustees and board committees, Parks and Recs, trustee Pascal.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to start out with August 1st. We will have our next family night game day over at the community center. Flyers will be out shortly. Again, this is for everybody to come on out, join out. We'll have some light refreshments. We hope to see you all out there. It's a monthly event. We skipped July because it's all on the 4th, but other than that, we will have this every month. So on August 1st will be our next game night. Also this month coming up, we got the baseball camp, which will be for 8 and unders from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. over the next 3 weekends, and from noon to 1 for 9 and 10-year-olds, from 1:30 to 2:30 for 11 and 12-year-olds, and from 3 to 4 for 13 to 14-year-olds. This is being run by the Sky's the Limit Youth Organization. That's the 2014 Red Hawks baseball camp. And there's a $25 fee. If you need more information, you can contact Dave or email Dave Laxton. That's his email address, Dave Laxton, LAXTON1 @live.com. So if you need more information about that, there. We also have next week, or the 11th, we have the Sky basketball game trip. For anybody who's interested, the buses will leave at 5:30 sharp from the community center. The tickets are free, but there is a $10 charge for the buses. Also, I would like to thank all my committee, the volunteers, and the people of South Village for making Independence Day celebration so successful. A special thanks to the South Village Fire Department, South Village ESDA, South Village Police Department, the Public Works, and all the donors that made this possible. I am proud to say that the entire day was funded by donations and no tax dollars. Not only was it funded, we had a surplus of $108.96, which will go towards next year's already. So we have a good start on next year. Well, finishing that day, up to the corn dog roast. Corn dog roast will be August 30th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. behind the community center, or behind Village Hall. Come on out, we'll have games for the kids like we did last year. We like a little mini fun fair, but I do need some volunteers to help run those games. So if you're interested in helping with that, please see me or Jeff. That concludes my reports.
Thank you, trustee. Beautification committee, trustee Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I just want to thank you for doing the presentation to Smith's Farm. I would like to say a special thank you to Sharon. She is one of the volunteers that we have, and she's very dedicated, and without her, I mean, it makes my job look easy. This wonderful woman goes out, talks to all these businesses, and really makes this happen. So I really want to say thank you, Sharon. Linda is also one of my hardworking volunteers as well, and she does a wonderful job, so I don't want to leave her out as well. I just wanted to let you know that the meeting that is coming up this Wednesday has been canceled for scheduling conflicts, and the Beautification Committee is always looking for new volunteers to help us. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee. Orders Review Committee, trustee Myers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of things. First of all, I want to thank everybody coming out for the parade. We had a pretty good one this year, and it was fantastic to see the crowd of people from the residents that lined the street and watched the parade. It was great. We had a great day for work. We were a little close on the weather, shooting up fireworks, but we were able to get them in. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up the neighbors, we had a rough 4 days power outage, and I want to personally thank each one of you guys. I mean, everybody was out of power and everybody pitched in, everybody helped everybody else. We had senior citizens that were called up on, checked on them. Several people contacted me, and we went over and checked on a lot of them, and they was all right. They were scary, but it was all right. And my hand goes off to the police department. They was full. They were running as bad as the fire department was, but with the help of the residents of this town, we went through another crisis, and we will continue. I just want to thank you. My ordinance review committee will meet next week, and we have about 3/4 of the way completed with a list to turn over to the police department. I put it in a different format where the officers will be able to quickly know what citation to write if they need to write a citation. And with that, I'm also in contact with many codes. There's one section of the code that wasn't left out and just was put in the way the state reads it and not the way our ordinance reads. So I'll have them in contact with them. That'll be changed. And with that, I want to thank you again, each and every one of you for coming out for the parade and everything. That's all I have, sir.
Intergovernmental Relations Committee, Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As everyone knows, this is tax time right about now. Everyone got their second installment. I was just informed that if you forgot to, or you didn't see on your tax installment, your homeowner's exemption, that you should go and fill out a form at P.L.A.N Township before you pay your taxes. You go fill the form out, and then you take that to Markham, and then they'll be able to take off for your homeowner's exemption. Do not file until you fill that form out. If you forgot to get your homeowner's exemption, if you look on your tax statement, it'll be on the bottom left-hand corner. And if you see that you forgot or it's not on there for your homeowner's exemption, file that before you pay your taxes. Also, September 5th, around about that time, I found out we're going to have a workshop here. I don't think the date will be September 5th, but September 5th is when the appeals process will take place for P.L.A.N Township. And I'm going to have them out here. The assessor from P.L.A.N Township will be out here to help anyone with their appeals. If you feel that you overpaid, or you feel that your house is valued more than what you think it should be, that would be the time to bring all your paperwork. But we'll give you an update between now and then and what paperwork to bring to file. The reason why they're waiting, because they're going to send out notifications to everyone in P.L.A.N Township to let them know what the appeals process will be and the time and date when you can start filing for your appeals. Also in October, we're going to have another workshop that we had last year for CETA, and also P.L.A.N Township. They'll be here doing presentations. Last year we were able to help some people with the CETA program with their utility bills, and this year we're going to bring them out again, and then also P.L.A.N Township there to see if they can help us do anything if you qualify for other reasons. But we will let you know what to bring for the CETA programs. So you have to know what kind of certification or documentation that you need, and who will be, able to be. The last time we turned away a lot of people because they didn't qualify for certain things. So this time we're going to make sure that we let everyone know what to bring, and those who will be actually be qualified to participate in the CETA utility program. And with that, we're not having a meeting this month. We will be having one the 1st of August, and by that time we'll let you know when the appeals process will take place in September. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Neighborhood Watch Committee, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to remind everybody that we have our next meeting on next Monday, which is July the 14th at 7 o'clock at the fire station. I also want to recognize that we have 3 more Neighborhood Watch Block Club captains that came on from us being out getting names during the time that the parade had ended and concluded over in the park. There are approximately 18 people that signed up that was interested in getting more information about becoming Block Club captains. So the committee is very excited about that. And finally, the Neighborhood Watch Committee wanted to set up a meet and greet with the police department. So I don't know how we can make that happen, but I wanted to talk to the chief at a later date to see if we could set up as a committee the Neighborhood Watch program with the meet and greet with the South Village Police Department. So that's something that we're looking forward to being able to accomplish in the very near future. A lot of residents have a lot of concerns, a lot of questions that they would like to ask when they come to our Neighborhood Watch meetings. And we used to have an officer that would come by and he would be able to answer some of those questions for them. We haven't had that lately, so they asked me if I could set up a meeting. We could have our own meet and greet, the Neighborhood Watch Committee, and those residents that want to participate and come out and meet our South Village Police Department. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. Public Relations and Community Outreach Partnerships Committees, Trustee Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of things. The Sock Talks are back on the back table. And I want to thank everybody again for participating in that. The village clerk would like me to remind everybody that if they have anything that they would need to have posted on the website or the e-blast or anything like that, it's the same procedure. It needs to be electronically submitted. Just want to remind everybody that we're using that as a way to reach out to our residents. One of the things that we did do during the parade was we passed out sock talks. So since we don't have the opportunity to mail them to homes anymore, the village clerk and I thought that it was a good idea to use that as a way to have people obtain the sock talks but may not normally obtain them. So that was good. The Community Outreach Partnership did meet today, and we did speak with the chief of police, and we talked about National Nights Out. Just as a reminder, that'll be August 5th this year. We did talk with some of our department heads before this meeting about some of the things that we would like to have in the back. So everybody can just put that date on their calendars. We're hoping that it was good last year. We're hoping it's better this year. And again, that'll be August 5th in the back, right behind this area right back here. We're working on that. And as far as the presentation goes, we do have a presentation that we are going to be giving at a board meeting in the future. And that's an appreciation for all of our employees. Like the mayor stated earlier tonight, and like all of us have said one way or another, the employees of South Village are hardworking and they're dedicated. And we have not had the opportunity to show our appreciation for many years. And we do have something small that we would like to present, but we also have a couple bigger things that I know that Kevin is helping us work with. So we decided to kind of wait and do everything together. So once we get the okay that everything else has been procured, we will then do our presentation and we will keep the board aware of when that will be. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Just remind the board and everyone on August 5th, there'll be no board meeting unless something serious comes up. But Nights Out starts at 5 o'clock. So I'm looking for all the trustees to participate instead of having a board meeting that night. We'll be participating inside the apartment.
And anybody who would like to have a tent, a table, or anything like that, if you could just let us know, because we will be reaching out to vendors as well. So just for spatial, I know that Trustee Washington had a table last year, was passing out signs and things like that, which is strongly encouraged. We just want to make sure that for space, we know what's going on.
Move to item number 5, reports of departments, committees, and commissions. Fire Department 911 Commission. Move to Trustee Myers. Right. He's got the report too.
First of all, I apologize with the chief. He had to leave on a rollover tanker on the drop 30. Right, chief? The drop 30 that rolled over?
Structure fire.
Over the last 3 weeks, the fire department responded to 48 calls. The fire department responded to 12 fire alarms, 4 medical assists, 7 vehicle accidents, 2 major structural fires, 6 assists to other agencies, 1 roof collapse, 2 arcing wires, 5 CO alarms, 1 wire burning. We did a station standby when there was a possible sighting of a funnel cloud. 2 wires down, 1 house struck by lightning, a blown transformer, and another weather watch followed the sighting. And we had a bedroom that was caught fire because someone left a iron too close and burnt through and caused the clothes on fire. The fire department would like to thank everybody for cooperation and during the weather watch. And I would like to remind, if it probably will happen again, if you do use generators, please make sure the generator outside the residence. We encountered one resident that we had almost 490 some parts per million of CO inside the house. Luckily, no one passed away on that, but that was because the generator was running inside the room, inside the building. Please, once again, do not put the generators inside the building. CO is deadly, and CO will kill you. So with that, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have for the fire department.
All right, thank you very much. Move to police department, Chief Levis.
Okay, we'll try that for a little while. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In the last 2 weeks, the police department has responded to 890 service. Okay, is that better? Okay, I'm sorry. In the last 2 weeks, the police department has responded to 892 calls for service, 107 of those being traffic, 7 shots fired calls, 108 other service calls, and 20 assist other agencies, and 74 burglar alarms. I also like to report that central air conditioner burglaries, there's been an increase in a lot of vacant homes here in Sauk Village. And I'm asking the residents if they could please keep an eye out. Anything that looks suspicious, anybody around a vacant house. There's been a white van that we're looking for that's that's casing some of the residences that are vacant. So if you see anybody around a vacant house, one of your neighbors or that are messing with the central air conditioning, please call the police. Also, as I announced the last meeting, we had several officers that would be graduating SWAT school. Those officers were Officer Mark Babasky, Officer Mike Hoffnagel, and Officer Ronald Tamales. I'd like to congratulate them. It's a 10-week SWAT school, and they all graduated with honors, so to speak. And also one other announcement, Officer Luke has once again been recognized by the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists, which is commonly known as AIM. It's a similar organization to MAD. And this is, I believe, the 5th year in a row that Officer Luke has been recognized by his organization for his commitment to DUI enforcement. And that concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Move to public works department, Mr. Water.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Due to the storm, we do have an extended branch pickup, and this is for storm damage only. Any other branches, please save them until the end of the season, but if you want to cut a tree down, wait till the end. But this is mainly for storm damage. You have till the 13th, which is Sunday, to have everything out. We hope to have gone through the town at least once, and then we will start back through the following week, which will be the Monday the 14th. And once we pass, we'll be done. So please, if you have any, drag them out to the parkway, face them towards the curb, the end of the branch towards the curb, so we can pick them up easy. Also, our 4th sweep of the year will start on July 14th. If everything has been picked up, we should be able to clean off the streets pretty well after that. Grass cutting ongoing throughout the village with the rain conditions we've been having lately. A lot of our retentions and detention pond areas are basically swamped, which means we cannot get a tractor in them. We will not get out of them. We would destroy them. So residents have been calling. Some concerns about mosquitoes. Cook County does treat each one of these locations individually. They know where they're all at, but if you want to call them up and let them know, I'm sure they already have it on a map. So they will treat each location, and as soon as we get a chance to get into them, to cut them, we will cut them down. Park equipment, we've been lately getting a rash of damage to the park equipment here at the Village Hall and a couple other parks, 23rd Street, 218. Some of it's graffiti, but also some of it is damage to the swings. They're cutting the swings. If you see any children that are, or anybody messing with the swing or park equipment or spray painting or burning anything for that matter, please call the police department immediately, and hopefully we can stop them from doing damage. But we are ongoing doing repairs to the chains and some of the swings that have been damaged. Ash trees, we've been talking about those pretty much for the last couple of years here. Everybody's also concerned about some other trees within the community. Individually, all you have to do is call up, leave a note or message at the Village Hall here for a request or have a tree removed or trimmed. But each one of those will be a case by case, as long as the weather conditions and the jobs allow us to be there. We will check every tree out first to verify if there's a safety concern at that point. But if there's anything hanging in the tree, please call the Village Hall immediately. Our fourth flush of the year would have been the south side that was started at the beginning of the month here. Due to the storm and the power outage, we did not want to tax the generators at the water department, so we changed the date to the 14th. So we will flush on the 14th, and hopefully everything will go well at the south side of town. Streetlights, the last and pretty important thing here. A lot of residents are calling in on streetlights. We do have ongoing problems with streetlights here and there. Some of them are vandalism, some of them are damage underground, and some of them are just simple light bulbs. It may seem like it's taken an extra long time to do some of these repairs. Manpower-wise, it is taking longer. You're not forgotten about. Anybody who has called in a concern on a streetlight, it will be addressed. We do have the addresses. So I know you're going to keep calling in, but we are taking care of it. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Move to Administrative Services, Mr. Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just approved, I just signed off on 4 sign permits for Advanced Auto. I have the brochure here, if anybody would like to take a look at it. They only provided me like 2 copies. I gave one to the mayor, and I have one in my front office if anybody wants to stop by and take a look at it. It's really gonna spruce up that plaza. They look pretty good. And I forgot to mention for the village clerk report, there are forms on in the hallway on the desk from ComEd for anybody that might have lost food during the power outage. The requirements are on that table out there, so pick one up. And I think that's all I have. I guess that concludes my report.
Thank you. So everyone knows Mr. Raoul had jury duty today. So he's not here, but he was glad to be part of the court system. I felt it when he told me about it. So I felt the joy. So we'll move to Housing Commission, Mr. Holcomb. Commissioner Holcomb, you know, sorry. I missed you.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Health Commission will be in here at 7 o'clock Thursday. And in conjunction with what the chief said, one of the things we need residents to be aware of, call the police if they see. With the storm last week, we've already found over 35 houses where people started dumping the trash from the basements and stuff in the vacant properties. And Kevin had to send over a crew to empty the Lincoln Lansing ditch because it actually flooded the street, the drains under the street, so that the water was actually flowing over 221st Street. And they spent over 2.5 to 3 hours over there just taking out, and they took out about 9 TVs that flowed from 223rd Street. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Move back to the Relations Commission, Trustee Washington.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to announce that the Human Relations Commission meet every first Monday of the month, right here at the Village Hall at 7 o'clock. The Human Relations Commission always would like to invite and welcome visitors to come and to share with different projects that we have coming up. We just had the diversity workshop. It was a success, and we are currently planning our next event for the community. So again, every first Monday at 7 o'clock right here at the Village Hall, the Human Relations Commission would love to invite visitors to come in and to share with us different ideas you would like to see us bring to the community. Thank you.
Okay, trustee, now go to senior committee, Ms. Langston.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Illinois Senior Farmers Market coupon booklets are no longer available. They were all distributed. The government nutrition sites are available for seniors 60 and up, spouse may be any age. I gave the report, there are several locations. However, the Argento Senior Center in Calumet City does provide a free lunch for the first-time attendees. Sauk Village Senior blood pressure is on the first Monday here in the Senior Center, and on from 1 to 2. And we have our honor system paperback book, which is very successful with many donors and participants in the program. The next blood pressure screening and movie, Philadelphia Story, is co-sponsored with Carnegie Library, at the library. It's coming Monday, July 14th at 12:30. It's coming Friday, July 11th. And also on the second and fourth Fridays, we have our open senior social activities. So seniors come join your peers for conversation and our games. The village sponsors 3 organizations are still looking for members, seniors 50 and older. We have a Sunday group from 2 to 4, the second and fourth Sunday at 3 p.m. On Monday, the first and third Monday at 7 p.m. In fact, they're having an indoor family picnic on July 21st at 5 p.m. And on the second and fourth Wednesday, 5 p.m., leisure timers will meet. They will be serving pie tomorrow. Other events would be the BMW Crossroads for the motorcyclists on the third Tuesday, 7 p.m. And Ceramics Group will continue their summer hours Wednesday, July 16th and 30th from 3 to 5 p.m. Every Sunday, 6 to 10 is Sauk Village Bluegrass, which provides country, western, and also gospel music for your dancing or listening pleasure. Bloom Township Annual Picnic is Thursday, August 7th. Tickets are $3. They're on sale. And as a courtesy to our seniors, I do have the tickets available with me. And on that day, free bus transportation for township seniors. Some other senior programs the township offers: basic line dancing, their 4-week session for $8. They have a casino trip coming up, chair exercises, free legal assistance, blood pressure screening. They have their art driving courses, health insurance assistance, and low-cost transportation. If you need any additional information, you either call the senior department, 708-754-9400, extension 244. And I have put out a lot of literature out on the rack, out there in the hall, and also in the senior center. The CETA, Senior Opportunities for Service and Program for Boone seniors, age 60 and older. I have Denise Chaffee, whose number is 312-254-6096. You need to call for an appointment. The Senior Committee sold pop and water as a fundraiser last Saturday, Independence Day celebration. I want to thank Gary Holcomb, Bob and Rose Ketchum, Dolores Randall, Beverly Sterrett, and I did assist for their hard work. The next meeting will be this Thursday, July 10th at 5 p.m. Thank you. This ends my report.
Thank you. Move to item number 6, consent agenda. Is there any questions or comments from the trustees on consent agenda? Hearing none, ask for motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Morton.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Poskett.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Move to item number 7, new business. Motion to approve the accounts payable and disbursements for June 25th, 2014 through July 8th, 2014.
We don't have that.
So is there a motion to table?
Motion to table until we get the report.
Motion to table, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Morton.
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Hoskin,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
All right. Next one is motion to approve opening new bank accounts. We'll do this separate. Item number one for drug enforcement administration, is there a motion to approve? Approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, question and comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Morton,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Hoskin,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number two is Sauk Village Housing Commission, is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion second, any questions or comments?
Question.
Trustee.
Mr. Mayor, I asked yesterday about signatures on that account, and you were supposed to get back.
I didn't realize he had jury duty. Well, you asked me last night. At
Right.
last night's meeting.
Is there a way we can, I know that, I'm trying to get it there before they said it, I would like to table that until we can find out who's going to be on the account at that time.
I think the important thing is, if we table it, we're not able to get funds into the village, and we need this account open so we can start receiving funds. I think what we can do is, the village board can have, can see whose signatures are on there as soon as Moline gets back. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck on a long jury. But right now, we got funds holding up that we cannot receive without this account being open.
But my question, okay, because I thought he would have, someone would have talked to him. I just wanted, once we vote on it, it's voted on, you can't do anything. I mean, I just would like to know what names are going to be on that account. And we discussed that yesterday, so I was just, I'd rather wait, but you said we cannot wait, but I was hoping that maybe we would have an answer today. But it's just one vote, but I still would like to wait until I can see whose name is going to be on those accounts, on that particular account when the money starts coming in.
I tell you, how about if we do this? I think we can do this. We'll say that as of right now, the only signatures will be the original, will be the mayor, the village clerk, the treasurer, and the finance director. And if we have to add anyone else, we will come back before the board. So tonight's approval will be for those signatures only. Is that acceptable?
Then I'll do that. I think Trustee Williams made the motion. So
You want to amend your motion to?
I make the second.
Oh, sorry. You'd like to amend your?
I'll rescind.
Trustee,
I will rescind my second.
okay, so I would ask for an amended motion to say that, I would ask for approval for the Housing Commission checking account, bank account, with only the 4 signatures that are currently being used, which would be the mayor, the village clerk, the treasurer, and the finance director. And if any additional signatures need to be on the account, it has to come back before the village board first. Is there a motion to approve? Second. Got a motion and second. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, please call roll.
Burgess.
Yes.
Morton,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Hoskin,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Move to miscellaneous comments from the mayor board of trustees. Start with trustee Williams. Trustee Myers.
None.
Trustee Morton.
Thank you, Mayor. I didn't do it under my beautification committee report, but I want to thank the police department, fire department, emergency services that participated all day on the July 5th. They did a wonderful job, and I really appreciate that. I've asked Mr. Johnson to reach out and give me a list of all the emergency service agencies that attended, and I will submit that to the mayor, and we'll get a thank you letter submitted to them. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Bosnick.
Mr. Mayor, I just have a couple of things I missed to. First of all, my committee meeting will be this Thursday at 6 o'clock at the community center. Secondly, the basketball program is out selling candy. We're doing this audit. I already sold some. I have some for sale if you want to see me after the meeting. And lastly, I forgot to announce the 5 winners for the trophies. We had 5 trophies. A resident came up to me and asked if we could do this. I have no idea who the judges were. So the 5 winners were the Creek Dairy Queen, School District 168, Bloom ROTC, the Horse Show, and Parks and Recs Committee of Float. Those are the 5 trophy winners.
Perhaps you want to explain how the winners were.
How the vote was, the resident came forward and asked me if we had trophies to give out. I said yes. That particular person went along the pathway, found 10 people who casted their votes to that person. I have no idea who she picked, or who voted, or who did any of it, so I have no knowledge of that, so, and I wanted it that way to be fair. So, those were the 5 winners. I thank the person who volunteered, I'm not gonna mention the name, but it was done, and it's over, and thank you very much for all of that.
I think it was a good start for this year doing what we can. I think you have to really push it out next year where people can text, kind of like, they have the reality shows, everyone texts in their favorite singer. I think we should make sure we have a number where everyone can text to that number who they think the winner should be. It was pretty good this year.
Just to follow up on the mayor, said the person who did that provided their own phone number and had a text. That's how the votes got put in. So
We can use your phone next year.
if I have time to do that.
Trustee Worship.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a few things. I wanted to ask, first of all, I just want to say that I did get a call today from a resident about some suspicious activity around their house. I'm not going to say the resident's name, but they live behind the fire department, and they called and wanted to let me know that the residents were calling them as a block club captain to give a description of some people that they saw on that block. And so I'm glad that the Neighborhood Watch program is in effect, where the residents are really calling in when they see suspicious activity in the neighborhood. And I also wanted to ask, I don't know who to ask, I think it would be Mr. Weller, about the yellow tape that's around the playground right out here. That yellow tape, is that supposed to be stopping children from playing on the playground? Because it's not.
Yes, all the parks with the rain right now, but not rain, the area the bushes are right now, so there's no water there. The water on it is spongy, so we don't want anybody.
Is it deep?
It's about 2 feet deep and not the water as much as the chips are, so it might be a lot of water in that pad area. But concerned that it's going to drain away, drain fast.
I don't know if residents may even know that, just going out there, I was out there myself, for a couple hours before yesterday. There was a lot of people out there after the parade the next day, just out there enjoying the park, playing soccer, on the sliding board sliding, and they were talking about that their feet were going down. I just thought it was like mush or dirt, but they're like, we're sinking in the dirt. I said, well, maybe that's what the yellow tape is for, but there was no signs or nothing posted, just some of those like orange little things that stick up, maybe 1 or 2, but the orange ribbon was on the ground. It wasn't even around so I just didn't know if that was dangerous enough that we need to check it out, or if it's secure enough like it is. And then I wanted to personally thank you on behalf of the committee for your department putting out the Neighborhood Watch signs. I've been getting phone calls, they've been seeing them go up on their different blocks, and I knew that was gonna happen. How do I get one? How do we get one over here? I'm like, I have no control of that. So they've been putting them up even today. And I just wanted to let you know that it takes a whole team of people working together to make something positive happen. And my committee really appreciate you and your department for putting those signs out and letting the residents know that we are a neighborhood watch village and that we all are watching and calling. Thank you, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Burns.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to remind everyone, tomorrow I will be having a second series of town hall meetings that will be held at Rickover Junior High School from 7 to 8:30. We're inviting residents to come out and participate in open discussions about their concerns. We're also asking at this time that there be no cameras. This is just a regular discussion. We're not trying to publicize it. We're not trying to put it on Facebook. We're not trying to put it on anything. These are residents coming out, expressing their concerns, getting together as residents to talk among themselves. They don't need to have it publicized. So I'm asking those that have cameras or whatever, please do not bring them. We're going to ask you to check them at the door tomorrow at 7 o'clock at Rickover Junior High. Hope to see everyone there. I hope that it's going to be, and I think it will be a spirited discussion. Also, Mr. Mayor, I just have a question. I know that we're moving forward with Advanced Auto. where are we at with Mr. Duckett? I mean, we're supposed to, I was hoping that we'd get a chance to at least talk to him, closed session, open session, or whatever, to find out his plans. I know what Advanced Auto was doing, but what is his plan since we gave him that deduction? And I just wanted to, find out, get an update on that.
And we again get a date together, and it's not really something that we bring before the board.
Right.
It's something that I guess maybe they find a date where some of us can meet with them individually, or we'll get a couple of trustees at a time or something when we get them here. Because bringing him before the board is not a board issue.
Well, he came before the board and asked for a deduction, Class 8 exemption. He came before the board. We voted as a board, and they voted to give him one. So, why can't he come in at least give us an explanation or give us, his plans or what he plans on doing since he did get that, Class 8. And I was just, we voted as a board. It passed. I'm sure it's going to, I don't know when it takes effect. The last time I heard it hadn't taken effect, but by now I'm pretty sure it has. I just wanted to know what he plans on doing since he did get that.
The Class 8 is for where the Advanced Auto is.
But it's still his whole property. It's still him. It's still his whole facade there. Even though the purpose of it was to help him with Advanced Auto, but it's all of his property. His property is now part of a Class 8.
No, it's not, trustee.
That's what I was told. I was told that by our lawyers.
You were given everything.
Yes, I did. And I asked, is that for the business or was it for?
Part of issuing the Class 8 was they had to divide the pens. And by dividing the pens, it was for the area where Advanced Auto is. That's where the Class 8 is.
Then I'm getting conflicting information, Mayor. I was told that it was for his property. And that was part of the reason for that was because of the Advanced Auto. Now you're saying that it was just for Advanced Auto.
I was trying to explain the night that we talked about it, and it was said over and over that part of the agreement was he had to split the pens up because he was under one pen for that one entire strip mall, both where all the fairways and everything. So part of the agreement was they had to split the pens up, put multiple pens in that area, and it's for the area where Advanced Auto is. And that's what the village board approved, and that was what was presented to the village board.
Okay, well, I'm getting, like I said before, I'm getting conflicted.
The attorneys are here.
Okay, and that's what I asked. I asked, and it was for his business, which is the facade.
And that's what you kept on saying tonight and voted on. We kept on trying to explain to you that it was for the area where Advanced Auto was going in only. And again, it was explained multiple times about the Class 8. Plus, the board was given a packet about the Class 8, talking about the splitting of the pens.
I know the Class 8, but I'll ask the attorney, Mr. McGrath, is it just for that facade that goes in there for Advanced Auto from, I guess, from where Subway is at all the way to Sharks? Is it just for that area?
It's just where Advanced Auto is going. Actually, we held off on filing with the county until we got proof that it was subdivided, the proper legal description and separate pens.
Have we got that already?
Oh, yeah.
We got that, so he's
We
got.
didn't file with the county until we got that.
Okay, so he's got that, and it's just for that.
It's just for the Advanced Auto.
Okay, but I still like to know what he's gonna do with that parking lot, what he's gonna do with the rest of that stuff.
And again, there's other issues that, again, reason we're not bringing him before the board, because there's other litigation and stuff going on. This is not something that, again, we're not an inquiry board. If you want to call him in and talk to him, we should try to set up some time and a date or something that, some of the trustees can come and meet with him over that time, find out what's going on. But again, it's private property, and he's a landlord, if you want to call it. He has tenants, where the tenants are the businesses. So the village is not involved in those contracts or negotiating or anything.
No, it wasn't about the contract, Mr. Mayor. I'm not trying to get into it. I'm trying to find out how is he going to spruce that place up other than Advanced Auto. Parking lot, it's self-explanatory. If you look at it, you can see. But he's still got the Class 8 for that business. But what does he plan on doing? I'm sure he's not going to do just what he did, put a few things in the potholes, and that's all that I saw him do, put some asphalt into the potholes, and that's it. What is he going to do to fix that facade? And it's been looking like that ever since, for the last 4 years that I know of. And that's the basic. I'm not trying to browbeat him about what the businesses are going on. That's up between him and the businesses. I'm looking at the, how it looks for the village and what is he planning on doing that part, because we did get from a Class A. I know it was to help bring the business in, but what is he going to do as far as the rest of that facade that's there?
Well, Trustee, I guess, I don't think you're afraid to sit down and talk about when you had the Economic Development Committee, was there anything that he promised to you that he has not done?
I tried to get him when he, as you just stated, I had economic development, and I went to him, and I asked him, and I told him that money was available for him through the TIP at the time we had the TIP to fix that up. He claimed he was going to get in touch with our lawyers. He never did. That's why I was kind of reluctant on giving him something, because he had promised the last time that he was going to do something and he never did. That was why I was reluctant to give him the Class A, because he didn't come through before when he stated that he was going to try to fix it up. And I told him where he could get the money. The money was available. We ended up dispersing the money throughout the other taxing bodies. That's what we ended up dispersing. But the money was there for him to borrow to fix up the facade. There was enough money there to do the lighting and to do the parking. And we went out and helped him go out and find bids. We went out there and brought people back and brought proposals back to him through our meeting. And it never happened. That's why I was reluctant, Mr. Mayor. That's why I was asking it. It still seems he's being, evasive. And in the meantime, he got what he wanted. He got help. But what is he doing as far as advance all of it? That's one thing. But what is he doing with the rest? And that's all. It's going to look real nice on one end. But the parking lot and everything else is still going to be the same. And that's all I'm asking what his plans are.
Just so also remember, the Class A, they helped bring in advance auto, but the residents are the ones that are going to win off this one. We've got about $500,000 worth of remodeling happening inside that strip mall between the owner and between Advance Auto. We're looking at new jobs, approximately 13 new jobs for South Village. And we've already talked to Advance Auto, see if we can get South Village residents those jobs. So, the Class 8 helps bring in a business that fills up an area that was pretty much blight. And again, hopefully that with the improvements that they're doing with Advance Auto, we'll see further improvements going on inside that strip mall. And we'll continue working with all of our businesses to see what we can do. Currently, right now, there's no TIF there, where before, when you had economic development, there was a TIF there, where there was funds available. There's no longer a TIF there. We are looking at currently expanding and starting another TIF, which would also include that area, so which would make funds available. And I would hope that within this next year, we're going to bring it to the board to review.
Like you said, you made the report. I just want, all I'm saying is I'm holding him accountable, asking him to come and talk to us to find out. I mean, I understand everything that you're saying, I understand. I just want to know what, from his mouth to our ears, to find out what he's planning on doing, because we did give him a Class A, and that's all I'm saying. But you're saying, I know, and I understand that what he's bringing in, the jobs and everything. I want to hear from him what are his plans, his short-term goals, as far as for that last bit. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say, piggybacking off of what Trustee Burgess is talking about, I did talk to Mr. Duckett. We were doing the photos through the community with the neighborhood watch, and I did bring up to him personally, Trustee Burgess, your concerns, and I just let him know that it's been redundant. And he said to me, you said you want to know from his mouth to our ears, what did he say to anybody for whatever it's worth? He did say to me that because the winter was so bad, he wasn't able to do anything in that parking lot or with the other businesses, but he definitely has plans to bring them up to par where they're supposed to be. That's what he said to me personally. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And I'm sure Cole is after our businesses too. And again, if you look around our community, you see a lot of the businesses have started to do a lot of work. They started to fix up their parking lot, they started to fix up their facades. So a lot of that credit goes to community development and code, getting out to businesses and bringing to light the need repairs and these ones. So thank you to Sherry and Sue, definitely. It's a small department, but has a big plate. All right, with that said, I have nothing else. So I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any adjourned, thank you.
So how does that help South Village? Being my tax rate, 13 people, that's not.